Get it up real quick.
The tip of the T's, the tongue, the tongue. Get it all out.
Okay.
But
Get the mouth going.
so yeah, I love it. Actually, my intro is one of my favorite things. I really enjoy doing it. Came up with it sitting in my bedroom high as fuck too, because I was just like, I don't know why, I was just like, I need an intro. I think it'd be nice for me. It just fits me. So I sat
Yeah,
there.
there's nothing wrong with good intro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Everybody that I've ever watched that I've remembered has some kind of intro, and I've always remembered it. And
Yeah,
so,
I mean, well, it's your signature. You know, I don't feel like you need an elaborate outro per se.
no. See,
Like
like,
simple sign off is good.
yeah, and or like I'm gonna have having some people work on music for me, so that I can have my own personal music put to the
Yeah, that's
beginning
always nice.
to the beginning of some of my like YouTube videos. Not even like my podcast, but like some of my YouTube videos. But then like the end of the podcast on our way out, that'll be like the ending music, and the end of my videos will have that too, so that I can actually make it a little bit more my own.
Yeah.
But sure. Yeah, the intro part, I mean, like it just kind of flowed in my head, and it's just my like mantra of once I start this we're going all in. Like this is we're in the zone now. But all right, let me crack that off. Yo, what up? What it doing today with your favorite Hotbox crew? As always, I'm your host Dre, and my brother Bryan is here with us today. So I've been wanting to. I understand that I'm a day early, so don't bite my head off. I promise I'm still doing one tomorrow. But I couldn't miss the opportunity of having my brother here with me to actually do one of these because he was around when I first really started talking about it and started building the channel. He was a big voice of mine that I used to bounce ideas off of, and we would talk about this for hours and endless amount of days and planning stuff and just talking about how we would make it our own and how we would go about it. And so once I have him here, because it's been the first time he's finally seeing my house, I was like, we definitely got to do one, even if it's just for an hour. So we're gonna do a nice little quick podcast, but I want to finally give people a face to the name of all the times, all the stories I've been talking about. So this is Bryan.
This is the meat locker.
This is the meat locker. Oh God, you're lucky I can't pull that photo up. You're lucky I can't pull that photo up.
My football picture.
The one where you have your fucking thing over your head, and you're like, you look like a fighting character from Mortal Kombat with your shirt over your head. That's the one. But yeah, your football one, once I find that, you're lucky if I don't be like, Bryan, you need to tune into this week's show. And I just have it hanging here. And I'm like, this is my biggest fan.
Yeah, you know, like those fat heads on the wall.
Fuck yeah, dude. So,
Personal.
You said you were doing what we were just talking about before we went live. You were talking about being what is it, an announcer?
Yeah, I did it for Bentley's 7th grade year.
Did you only do it like 1 year?
Yeah, they had a different one the next year. With Bentley's joints and whatnot, they're kind of lax, and so the doctor is concerned with contact sports. You can still do like basketball and stuff.
Right.
Just be vigilant. But he could, up to him, play football still. It's just the concern for like dislocation stuff because he's already had a subluxation of one of his shoulders once from just playing. He hit the training bag wrong, and it just so happened to. I don't think he came at the right angle and popped it. Like he can actually move his collarbones on his.
Awesome.
Like he can actually see like shift.
That'll be a fun party trick later on.
Really
He'll be in college and be like, "Guys, want to see something gross?"
I know. He hates it.
Yeah.
It's like, stop it. It's so bad.
I understand.
It really isn't that great because you do it wrong one time and you're gonna feel it.
He's like, Mom.
Sticking up
Oh God.
But yeah, the 7th grade year I did the announcing of the home games, which was fun. And I don't know, like I didn't necessarily feel like I had to like.
Is it hard?
Well, you have other people up there with you. You got someone around the scoreboard.
Okay.
And generally, I mean, I have done it once where it's just myself and someone on the scoreboard. Sometimes there's other people out there. It just depends on who's working through the school at the time. But cool thing is I got free admission.
Cool.
So,
That is good.
I mean,
Hey man, yo,
why not?
save a buck. Anything free is worth saving up for.
Well, and then also getting, an exclusive viewpoint that, and then having that sort of position and influence on it. Um, you do, and especially like the AD, athletic director, he's also the varsity head coach. He was saying that the mic is always on. So,
Right.
careful what you say, which
Yeah.
I had no issue with that.
Right. Me? So that little fat kid running. Oh shit, this is on. Oh shit.
But yeah, that was fine. Initially, it's kind of hard to figure out where to properly hold the mic because initially I was holding it like head kind of like over here. It was a little harder to hear. But then as I got like up close to it, and
Yeah.
I did just fine. People could hear just fine. I was
Cool.
bouncing opinions off people at home. Like, hey, could you hear fine? Did it sound right? Could I do this a little differently? And so as time went on, I got kind of like you doing your podcast, you get more comfortable doing the thing that you like.
Yeah.
Then it's just another thing day in and day out.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Announcers were like some of my favorite people because they're the ones that, especially if you don't really know much, they're the ones that keep you interested in the game. They're like, stuff that's going on. Also, like, I don't know. It's like one of those. It's like when you're at the basketball court and you slam a dunk on somebody, everybody else in the crowd just, oh, when you hear the announcer go, oh my God, and Alex has dominated Jeremy. Like, it's like that shit gets you going.
Yeah, it gives it. You gotta create that atmosphere, and like I was saying,
Breeds life.
Being a middle school game, I didn't want it to, and it wasn't Pop Warner, which still is per se, where make it super bubbly for everyone, but it wasn't like a home announcer how some of these other ones, like I was saying, that would be super hype and excited for the home team, and then just dull and boring for the other team.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't find it as enjoyable. I mean, yeah, sure. I guess I could say that being 18, right? Oh yeah, our announcer sucked. Which I'm not gonna lie. That year, I was judging the other announcer.
Yeah, once you get into the sport, you're a critic.
I know. I'm just like, man, this guy
Ron's too
kinda
far
sucked.
from the mic. Nobody can hear him. He'll learn that.
I can't hear you. Yeah, even like the one announcer, I was kind of like almost like in my head, kind of like creating like a little battle with them, like who the better announcer was. But no, I'd also have the rosters of each teams. And they have them right there at the booth when you first walk in.
Right.
So I just grabbed two of them because they have it frame on each side. Got them both up there, and they got the little like slanted board, and I can just set them there. And I have my microphone. And then initially, I did get a little bit of help from someone else who was there, helping call and stuff. They'll help me like see like what number did what because I don't see names,
Right.
I just see numbers.
Yeah.
And they don't, that young, you don't have names on your jerseys anyways. So it'd be like 66, this team like okay, like initially like offense starts. Okay, let's just say it's a run. You give it to number, let's say 25. Me. Give it to 25 and it's tackled by 71. Right. So you first get like the offensive number and then taken down by so and so or tackled or whatever, And I always try to almost because I'm kind of okay with like using synonyms and reaching into the mental thesaurus, if you will. And so being Joburg, Johannesburg listening, being Cardinals, I did this with Pine River too. I like if they were taken down by a group of Cardinals, a group, herds, flock, taken down by a flock of Cardinals. Things like that. Pine River is the Bucks, taken down by a herd of Bucks.
Okay, that's pretty good.
They're some of them though can't really like a Rambler. It's just a wheel with wings. That's literally what it is.
What?
You can look up a picture of a Rambler. That's what it is.
A Rambler is a what?
It's a wheel with wings coming out of the middle.
What in the hell?
Kind of like the Detroit Red Wing, almost kind of like that.
Okay.
Similar.
Okay, I see.
But not as good looking as the Red Wing look. Sorry, you can't match that one. But no, it's literally a wheel, and it's just got wings coming out the side. McBain's like that, Boyne City's like that. yeah, that's what a rambler is. A winged wheel. Nice. But yeah, no, it was a good experience because I really enjoyed football. I did have some opportunities to go to college, and decided to take a scholarship based on foster care rather than trying to. I was realistically going to try walk on at Western Michigan. Uh, they're a smaller, um, large college, so I think they're like a D2. So like University of Michigan in Ohio State, it's D1.
Right.
Smaller ones like Fair State, stuff like that's D2. Then you got your private ones like Allen, stuff like that. Those are D3. Those are private ones where they don't D2 and D1 can give out athletic scholarships. D3 and lower don't. They can only give out academics.
Oh, makes
So
sense.
that's part of the private rule, the private school rule thing.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so just being able to kind of like have that touch like in the community, and it's also like involved in what Bentley's doing, not just being a spectator, but even taking a step further.
Right.
And then on top of that too, like because I had loved the sport so much and being involved in it, get to actually just be there and feel there and feel the crowd again and stuff like that. Because I did miss a lot of that, especially when I would make a really good play and stuff, and the crowd would get all hyped and stuff. It is really cool. It is a really awesome feeling to have when you have so many people that are like they're like super like genuinely pumped and excited about what something you did. They're all like applauding and jumping and stuff for you. It honestly it kind of makes sense why some people when they do pick up fame and stuff like that they can go down the wrong path because you have all these people going for you. It's very euphoric.
Yeah, it's
And it can make you feel very influenced to keep doing it, even if there are negative things come with it.
oh yeah, everybody loves encouragement, man. Everybody loves to see the energy. It's for most it's attention, but for some it's like it's just the feeling of like knowing that I like the hard work that I put in, all those hours that nobody else actually got to see of me training in the background, of me making sure I could keep up with these other players or make go that extra mile to make this happen. Like that it's those silent moments where it's like people appreciate, people see that I'm a good player, that like all that hard work I did wasn't for
Yeah,
waste, like it made up for it.
actually the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, the
Actually,
fruits of your
really,
labor.
and then on top of that, not just being like just a one decent player every now and again, but rather kind of make them somewhat consistently, and then you know moving to that school where I was before almost seemed, in my opinion, like obvious, like unpopular and like bottom of the barrel, if you will, and then going down to the other school and then almost just flipping it in the course of a summer
Right.
and went from third string offensive guard at one school to basically never take a playoff. And I don't know, it was a bit of a shell shock, but I welcomed it though because it was a big turnaround from being in the where I was in the foster home.
Well, that's good. And it feels like it kind of saved you too. It gave you something else to really look forward
Yeah, it gave
to
me
work towards.
yeah for sure. It gave me a purpose. It felt,
Yeah.
and then when I was done with football, initially I was playing basketball because of the schools I went to. They didn't have wrestling, and then I decided to give wrestling a try. Did a couple years of that until I graduated, which I feel I both benefited like mentally and physically from it. Just because I knew even if I made it on varsity basketball, I'd be right at the bench. I already knew that. I'm not a phenomenal basketball player. I like to play. I'll be honest, I'm not great.
I mean, when you see what great looks like, it's like, yeah, a lot of us are. That's why in high school, I knew I was doing good, but I knew I wasn't great. But I used to practice a lot. Like,
Right.
I wanted to play basketball more than anything. I played 1 year of football. It was okay. I did nothing super special, but it was fun. But the environment that I was in with all the prep assholes that were around me made it feel like I was just alienated in another spot that now had a whole bunch of work. When most of the time I just rode the bench and carried water around. But then when it came to basketball, it was like I'm not kidding, dude. Watching Space Jam as a kid was inspirational to me. I was like,
That's great.
if I'm good enough at this, I can actually make a life out of it. And so
That's
I
what I thought with football.
I wanted to do that. And so I would practice. My grandpa got me he got me a basketball hoop but we didn't have any concrete, so I literally was outside for like I remember 2 3 days I spent with like a hoe and a shovel, and I would just take his flat metal shovel and smack the ground and make my own court where the dirt was just really packed down so I could actually bounce the ball. I remember during practice one day for like trying to get on the basketball team. Uh, the first time I really started bouncing the ball in the gym, I bounced it so hard it like came up because I'm so used to bouncing it on dirt.
Oh yeah.
So I'm putting that extra effort into it and I didn't realize it. So I was like, ting, oh, okay.
All right,
Okay.
this
Like
is
I have to
bouncing.
calm down. But yeah, dude, I would spend hours outside just shooting from every single spot, running up, doing different things, making sure I got my handling down so I could handle the ball in between my legs and around myself to make sure I could actually go down the court and do stuff. And dude, I shot so many free throws from so many spots that I tore my nails. Like it would split my nails and shit from the ball just grabbing and rubbing them over and over again. I really wanted to play basketball. And then when I got into high school and I tried out for the basketball team, and I didn't do bad. I did really good. It's just the coach said to everybody like don't go buying new shoes and new equipment and stuff like that because there's only like 11 spots or something on the whole team or something
Right.
like that, and he goes, and 6 of them are already filled, and it's like how could 6 of them already be filled? And right behind me come two prep, I'm not going to say the names, but two prep motherfuckers that are just slapping hands going, yeah, that's right, like, and I just remember that burned into my head where it's like, oh, I see, it doesn't matter how good you are. It matters how good your parents are with the fucking people or who
A
you
lot
are,
of
what your
times,
name
yeah,
is and shit.
it is a really household type thing.
And so I just remember giving it my all, and I can't remember if I actually did get in or not. I think I just kind of lost my spark for it because I was like, I'm never going to be able to do it through high school. So my other thing was like, well, I'm going to do it like in college or whatever. And then when it came down to me realizing that college costs money and life doesn't always give you that path, I was like, I see now. I would love to still play basketball, but it's like at this point, I don't know if it's even a real thing. I mean, I'm
Hey, we still gotta do that pickup game.
oh, trust me, I know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, even if it's something I do on the side for like my own little channel, like I will be playing basketball. We're gonna be playing at courts. I just
I remember,
fucking broken arm.
at the trap house,
Yeah,
went across the road there at those courts when you had your fractured elbow.
yeah, dude. I had a fucking cast on. Oh shit.
On your
What's up,
dominant
man?
arm.
How are you, man? How are you?
On
You
your dominant
guys,
arm.
you guys still getting Gavin's haircut, Ace? Hypotheticals is Ace, the guy that was on the Snapchat phone call, and Street Logic is Chelsea. But
Yeah.
I changed it. Don't worry, Chelsea. Now it says Big Brother Bryan. So
Forecast.
it was forecast because I made a podcast area in Fortnite so that when I play, when I want to do a podcast with people, like there's a buddy of mine, Dustin, who lives in Tennessee, but he wants to be on. So the only way I can really get him on is through a game. So I just don't know how to do the co-streaming thing on Twitch good enough yet. But once I figure it out, we'll be able to do it that way so we can get his face on there too. But for right now, we just kind of played the game and had him talk to us through there. But yeah, dude, the last time we played a pickup game, I had fallen out of the fucking truck and fractured my goddamn elbow. Uh, Therefore, I had a cast on, and we were playing basketball, and I'm out there playing basketball with a fucking cast on one arm, and still, and it's on my dominant arm.
Yeah.
Like that's what sucked. It literally was on my
In
right
fact, it was
arm.
your elbow. You couldn't.
Yeah, couldn't even bend. I'm just like bouncing the ball, getting down there. Looked like what the hell is it? Wilson from fucking Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Basically, just might as well have
Yeah,
one
two
arm.
on two. Wasn't it freaking? We were still winning. It wasn't like 2-on-3 at one point. Then started to kind of even out a little bit.
We had it because
Or
there was
something.
uneven amount of people, so we were doing 2-on-2, and then we just had. I switched up, and I went on the 2 side against or I went on the 3 side against you and I think it was Bob, but you guys did the 2v3 because I was like, look, I need some support out here. I'm all broke armed. Like I was doing good, but my arm
Trying to shoot. With
yeah,
it.
I can't shoot with my right arm, which is my shooting arm. So it's like I have to shoot with my left arm, which is basically like trying to throw a baseball left-handed. Like it just doesn't work that way. So yeah, but I was like I need some support. and But yeah, the reason that all happened was because of falling out of your fucking truck. Back when you had the mighty S10, we put
Yeah. So how that happened?
yeah, how did that happen? Fucking So where were we getting the mattresses from?
So it was from my house on Tracy Lane.
That's right.
We were moving out.
Yep, and we were moving to the trap house.
Yeah. And
God
so we
damn
went
it.
down. I forget what that road is in between 13th and Boone.
Yep, yeah, but the one that's straight past Woody's.
Yeah.
Straight to down and then off this road.
Yeah. So then went down there, so I had an S10. So you can imagine that. And if you can imagine a king size California pillow top,
With a
like
queen
20,
size.
like a $2,200 mattress, and no ratchet straps, but I got him, and he decides he wants to hold it, and so during that time, he decides in between taking meditation stances on the roof of my truck and sticking his head inside the cab and grab my windshield wipers at one point.
Jesus.
Once he sat back and stuff, I decided to speed up, maybe thinking that would, deter him. I think it encouraged him. I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I was going about 85.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, dude.
I swear to God, anyone can call me out, and I will die on that hill. That's how fast I was going. Because I was thinking, man, that's gonna be a lot of wind. He's gonna be like, all right, fuck this, I'll back off. And all of a sudden, he's fucking reaching in, grabbing me and shit.
Yelling, woo! I'm just no, dude. So from my point of view of this, you're like, we ain't got any straps or anything, but we got to get this mattress over to the house. I'm like, it's really only like maybe 10 miles. So I'm like, you know what? Throw the mattress in the back. I'll ride on top of it. Like, so, and we had two mattresses. It was a king size and like a queen size on top of each other because I was almost level with your cab. There was like this much room between like the window and cab.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like on my knees and the end of the cab would come to like my chest and I'm just sitting there hanging onto the hood. And I guess the time where I felt like I was going the fastest, I was just sitting there like this going, whoop! Like just yelling at the fucking world because I could feel the wind blowing on me. But yeah, dude, on the I didn't know you were going 85. That shit's crazy. So
Yeah,
hanging out on top of that, we were just getting mattresses to the trap house where we were moving in, and so I'm riding on top, holding them down, having fun, doing just fine.
Perfectly fine. Not an issue. No cops, nothing.
No,
We're great.
and then we get to the gas station to get gas, and I jump out. We're good. We grab some stuff, put it all in the cab. I hop back on the fucking mattresses.
Seen some people.
Yeah, we did see a
So,
couple friends.
You gotta think what got you to jump in there initially. So you seen some people that you knew. I didn't know them. They went to go back up, and Admiral, you remember they backed into that pole?
Yeah, that's
And fucking bent it.
yeah. They backed into
And
the
so
pole
we're
there.
like, well, shit,
The
that
pole
was kind of
still
loud.
linked.
I know it. It still fucking is too. If anyone wants to know why, this is the reason. Just kidding. No, I'm not.
If anybody was wondering, we didn't do it, but
I
we
didn't. I
seen it.
witnessed it.
Yeah, we witnessed it. And no, we do not know the names of who did it.
I legitimately don't even know what they are.
I know you don't. I don't either.
Of course not.
But yeah,
So they backed into it, and we were like, "Fuck this, we ain't gonna be around."
yeah, we got to get
And
out of
so
here.
I started to roll forward, about 10 miles an hour, and he goes to jump in, and well, he didn't secure the grip, and fell down his elbow and got a nice little fracture in it.
I fell down. I fell backwards. Like I jumped up, I got on, and as I was getting ready to sit down, I let go of the roof, and you did that little like 2 mile an hour jolt down that little thing, and I rolled backwards. And as I rolled backwards, I fell right out of the back, and all of my weight went right onto my right elbow onto the concrete. Smash.
Yeah.
And when I got to, and I didn't go to the hospital. I jumped back into I just jumped in the truck, which was smart. And then I'm like, no, we just gotta go. We gotta get out of here. We get back to the house. We're hanging out, and as time goes on, my arm is getting more swollen, and I can hardly bend my arm.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is kind of starting to hurt pretty bad now. So I made a call and had them take me to the hospital, and got there and found out that they showed me an X-ray. I literally like my elbow bone. There was a crack that just rode up my elbow. You could just see where it.
I never
just,
did see that actually.
It was like right here, and then it just went, and you could just see a crack that rode up the bottom of my elbow. And they were like, "Yeah, you fractured your elbow pretty damn bad," and so had to get into a cast. But then they found out that my wrist the bones in my, like this area in my wrist, the bones here, because I'd landed on my arm and it just took that full pressure. What actually got the most damage was my wrist from the pressure, and so it literally busted my wrist bones right here, and the this whole area in the middle of my wrist was destroyed basically.
Really?
They were like, you might need surgery, but then luckily the swelling went down, and they were like, no, it seems like everything stayed in place, but that was looking mangled on our pictures. So
that's crazy.
we're in a full cast, and couple weeks later, basketball. So yeah, that's how I got my fucking cast, was falling out of the truck when we were just trying to move some mattresses to the trap house.
So essentially, how the conversation started is we gotta do a pickup games.
Yes, we do got to do a pickup game at some point. So actually, couple things I do want to talk about. One thing,
What's that?
how we met and why we really met. So, I had an older friend who was in an apartment and in the apartment with you. Or no, you lived down the road.
No, he lived initially. He was with me, and then got the one above me.
Okay, so you guys were living in the same apartment duplex.
Essentially the same place.
Yeah, and Matt and I had just started talking again, and he's like, "You should come over and hang out." And I'm like, "Sure, whatever." So I drive over because I have freedom now, and I drove over to his house, and you were sitting in the living room, and he was bringing me to his room to like show me some other shit or to talk to me about something. I think I was bringing him weed, something like that. And as I'm walking by, I just hear Hood Gon' Love It playing, and this motherfucker's rapping every verse. And if you know me, I love singing and rapping and dancing and stuff like that. And so to see somebody who just doesn't look like they'd listen to that kind of stuff be jamming a song that I was banging at the time every day. I heard you sing that shit, and I'm like, oh, you know about this? And he's just like, yeah. And I'm just like, oh shit, like. And ever since then, I started hanging out with Matt more, and I found out you were around pretty much same place.
Yeah.
So we hung out a few more times, and then I found out the next time I really started to see you or know about you is when you were living down the road with your ex, and
yeah,
that's when we really
because
started
at the
to hang
time,
out.
you and I were basically the only time I'd seen you is when you came over to see him.
To see Matt, yeah.
Or other people that were hanging out in that place for a while. Because there were a lot of people that came in and out there for a while.
Yeah, and it didn't get any better after I moved in.
No, I heard even after that, it got even worse. But anyways, so yeah, I seen you a few times here and there, but then I had to get a new apartment because that one I was in, um, we had a lot of snow, but then there was a lot of rain. Even my work at the time, just right next door here. I won't name them.
Yeah.
It's the best one. Like even that place was flooding inside. Like I'm serious, like that was standing water. And I'm like, all right, that's pretty bad. So I get home, and my ex isn't there. She's staying the night at a friend's house.
Right.
And so it's just her and I that live there. No animals, nothing. So I get actually at the time we didn't have there. Anyways, so I had in the lower apartment, like 5 steps. Take that final step going down, and I heard a slosh.
Oh no!
Like a really wet slosh.
Oh no!
And I'm like, something gets spilled. She not clean it up. And I take another one, and then I hear the noise as if you were to be like going through water. I'm like, what the fuck? Flip the light on, and there's like 3 inches of water all over my apartment. I'm like, dude, what do I even do? I called my manager or supervisor at the time, and I let him know, hey, I'm not gonna be in because my apartment's flooded. I need a new place, and landlord, he showed us a couple different places. As once he got there and got everything situated.
Right.
One of the places I was looking around, it looked nice. It was literally right across that road that you go in there, and as I was just walking around, I just kind of walked the edge of one of the bedrooms, and all of a sudden I heard a squish, and there was actually a little bit of water in the one corner. And I'm like, I don't want this one. And I pointed out to him, and he's like, well, crap, I need to get this looked at. But then there was one more, where the one that you had moved into and mine eventually, and it was an upper floor. I'm like, perfect, don't have to worry about flooding.
Right,
Unless
yeah,
for some
upper.
freaking reason the bike's first.
Yeah, top floor.
I'm like, woohoo, I like that. But yeah, then after that, I was there with her, and then I got back in contact with my biological parents and spoke with them since I had lost uh, visitation with them after like a year or two with that.
Right.
And then um, I had moved out there and stuff, and then I was out there for 9 or so months. And as I moved back, you were talking about me like stay, and I spoke with her. I was like, hey,
We
I get
ended up
along with him
moving in.
great. He works, he can pay. He just needs a place to stay. It's a 2 bedroom. We only use the one, and I think they actually didn't give you the bigger one.
I think so too. I think you did
Yeah.
because I got the right room, and the right rooms were always the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did give me the bigger room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I don't have any issue.
No.
It
It
worked
was
out
just.
fine. But yeah, then you
Did
moved
it?
in there.
Did it work out just fine
I mean, it worked out just fine
for
for me.
us? Yeah,
Yeah.
for us, it was great. Yeah,
Hey,
no, it was
I'm
great.
not the delinquent.
I'm
I'm hanging out with the delinquent.
Sure was.
I'm,
Hey, what freedom looks like is delinquency, which is fine to me. Like, you know what? I
it was a
simply
very
was.
interesting choice of words too for an insult. Delinquent. What am I late on paying my bills or something?
Like, I just remember that I moved in and it took me a minute to get a job, but then right as I as you guys were like, I think you guys decided to move out and I just took the
We were
apartment.
splitting.
Oh yeah, you guys were splitting, but as that was going on, I finally got a job. But during the time that she was mad about me not having a job, I couldn't get one. And I applied at Myers, and I swear I nailed that job. Like I applied there, and I swear I got that shit. But I never got a call back. Even the lady who was walking me out was like, "I think you got this. Like I think that was really good because I was giving it my all, man. Gave him the full smile, turned the dial down to eggshell white. Like I was really."
Hey, you know what? You gotta use what you gotta use.
I was doing great. I just needed a little more time, but I completely understand. But I also, what it really was that I was like, "Hey, Bryan, the things she's telling you to do you want to do those, Bryan?" "Not really, no." And I'm like, "Huh, that's weird. You should not do them."
Okay.
And he was like listening to me, but because he was listening to me, she was like, "You're ruining my fucking plan."
Well,
I had gold
mean,
for him.
mind you, give a little background of me to try and understand why she had some of that kind of control, if you will. Like I said, I grew up in foster care and stuff. And at the time that you had gotten to know me, before I really gotten back in contact with my parents, and got to be reacquainted with them and stuff like that. Um, Basically, the only two people I had that were of any consistency in my life that had any type of trust or anything with was her and my younger brother, and that was rocky at best.
Right.
And so I kind of was just, in a way, her marionette. And so I just kind of had to do what I did, and I don't know, kind of had the veil pulled over essentially. She had outlets and ways to go just in case things went south, and
You didn't.
no. And so once I finally did, she realized that, and then I started opening my eyes, and you were helping with all that, and she was like, "No." And
The catalyst was one Darian.
hey, I mean, that's all I needed apparently.
No, I get it. Like I don't know, dude. I'm never gonna. I tell everybody at work this too. I said I am really bad, and I don't hate myself for it, but I'm really bad at like wanting to know what is it you want to do, and I'm just going to motivate the shit out of you and make sure you know that like you have all the ability and power and know how to do that if it's really what you want to do. Because man, when you really hear about what people love, what their dream is, you can like see it in their fucking eye. You can hear it in their voice, the way they like were like all dull, and then when they start talking about how they like, "Oh, I really like fishing, man. There's this one fish that like you can just hear them talk about it and they get excited,
like they get building momentum,
and it's like that's what I want. I want to put that feeling in people all the time. I want you to just be like, do whatever you want. If you want to be happy, you can. If this is what makes you happy, go do that. And I'll help you figure out a way to make money from it. Like I simply just want to promote people and promote others to be better and to do what they really wanted to do their whole life. Because why else? No wonder you're depressed if you're doing anything else. Like, if you have no other, like, if you're not trying to go towards something that really means something to you, then I'd
Yeah,
be
you just
sad as
drift
shit too.
away.
Yeah, you're just drifting. You're going to work at a place you don't like every day, doing things you don't like, wearing stuff you don't like.
Yeah, the dead end job, or the toxic relationship,
Yeah, and you're just going along with life because you didn't
or
see a
making
better
bad
picture.
choices. Like some people just, I know it sounds kind of silly, but chronically just make bad choices because that's just a comfort zone.
Yeah.
I'm pointing out I'm no different. I'll, I guess, make mistakes too, but I catch.
Let me empty it. By the way, if you're good, you just let me know. Like,
Oh,
I was gonna say, don't let me fucking keep pounding this shit down you. I just do this.
good, bro.
So, all right, we're gonna go over one of the things we talked about before we started doing the podcast was there's a video that he showed me years ago that I would love to share with all of you,
It really is the diamond in the rough.
and we'll see how we'll see how many limitations I get on it when I go to post it to YouTube, and YouTube lets me know, hey, there's some copyright here, bro. I'm gonna be like, you got it. I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. But for now, we should be fine. We can do this. So
We can all enjoy it. Stay tuned. This is where you pop on a commercial. Like one of those 15-second things or whatever. We'll be back.
we'll be back. My boss is like, it's been a long time, homie. You still playing Rocket League? And I'm like, yes, I promise. I promise I'll be there to league the Rocket. I just need a little more time.
It's been a very long time since
has it? Same here, dude. I
honestly don't think so.
couple months ago is when I reinstalled it, and I've been playing it with my boss and a couple of friends ever since. And now it's like, now I'm sitting in the goddamn training area for 3 hours in the middle of the night playing by myself, learning how to try to move my car in the air. And I'm like, looks like I'm into this game again. But anyway, so before we show the video or anything like that, I wanna ask you something just so that maybe you can tell me something that I may not remember or that'll help me remember some vital information.
What's up?
Tell me one of the craziest memories you have of the trap house.
Um, well, could talk about. Well, I know where we'll go.
I know where we're Brian trying to maneuver.
It's actually a continuation of something we talked about earlier. The mattresses. Rather,
Oh
rather
my
my
God.
mattress. The
The mattress
downfall and, dare I say, violation of my sacred mattress that I got for free. Um, which, and by the way, this was an amazing mattress. It was super comfortable.
pillow
But
top.
yeah, it,
It was a pillow top.
I mean, Stearns and Foster. You know the stuff you see on TV? Art, man. Spend an arm and a leg for you to not feel your arm and a leg on our bed.
For real. Look, you can put wine on it.
Yeah, right. So brought this mattress over to the trap house, and I did everything I could to keep it in what was essentially our room.
Condition. Yeah.
This is a huge mattress, so there was no, unless I went to the store or went online, but at the time I was in between jobs, so I didn't have any extra expendable cash for, a king size mattress, or not mattress, sorry,
No
sheets.
shit.
So just blankets, stuff trying to cover it. Over time, people would go into my room, leave my Xbox on all day long in the sun. Mine just like one of the original Xbox ones, not like the newer gen ones.
Yeah.
Like the console after the 360.
It's a really nice one.
Yeah, especially when it sits in the sun and runs all day. Watching, it was like Varsity Blue or something like that.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, whatever they're watching. But you know, and then eventually I'm starting to find like cigarette burns in the freaking mattress. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep.
And you know, I kind of got. I mean, mind you, this is a new mattress, and it's white, as most of them are, and so it starts getting a little, you know, dirty and discolored. I mean, partly because of the fact that we didn't have running water there, so it's kind of hard to, you know,
We
clean
did the
yourself.
last month and a half of us being there. We did, which is fucked up. But yeah, for the like, what was it, like 6 months?
No,
7
it's just the
months?
summer.
Was it really? So it
Yeah,
was only like 4 months?
yeah. Because I broke up with my ex in
Uh-huh.
July, and I actually it was only 2 months because then I moved out in September back out to. It was literally only 2 months.
Bud, that was hell. Oh yeah, I lived there longer though. You
You
left.
were there
Yeah,
longer.
I
I
was
was
there
only there
longer.
2 months.
Okay, I was thinking of my
That's
trip.
why. That's why.
Yeah, because dude, I was there longer. I
You
was
know,
there for like 5 months.
right after, basically right after we took off, I was able to finally get
Yeah,
out.
dude, when you left, that was a sad day for Darian. I'm not gonna lie.
I imagine.
Darian stayed in his room for about a day or two. Didn't really leave because, dude, I nobody else in that motherfucker really understood. Like, really had the same mindset, dude. Everybody else in that house was really
Well,
either.
everyone else there was there because they felt like it.
Yeah, yeah, basically, like,
We were there because, at least, you know, solely speaking for me, I
yeah,
literally had no
nowhere
other
else. Yeah,
house to be
your
in.
nearest house was North Dakota.
Yeah,
Uh
quite
huh.
literally. It was
Exactly.
either in that house or go back to North Dakota because I was already out there once. And I moved back because she was saying that she missed me. I don't care about the money. But then 2 weeks later, where's the money? You know how it goes.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
You know, that's my side of the coin.
No, I get you, and I mean, like, I understood where you were coming from too. I just two things, like, I was a stubborn asshole and I was on a mission to show my family that I could do it on my own if I damn well wanted to, and that I didn't need help. Like, I can do this on my own. I will survive. I will do whatever I need to.
You'll
But then
find a way.
yeah, but then I was also having this I was in this set where I was doing all kinds of drugs and nothing heavy, but I did a little bit of coke allegedly. I was doing mushrooms. I had been doing acid. I was dealing with, I mean, the only stable thing was weed. Other than that, though, I mean, uh, ecstasy.
You were, you know,
I was
honestly,
just,
you were even drinking a bit.
yeah, and that was due to the, and dude, I'm not a drinker, so that was due to just the environment, being
Hmm.
around people who are
Well, that's the
always
thing. There,
drinking.
there wasn't.
And don't get me
If there
wrong.
was water, I remember you and I went to Walmart and we bought 3 24 packs of these type of water bottles,
Yep.
and they were gone the very next morning.
Yeah.
I got them in like around 5 o'clock at night, and they were all gone the next morning because we had no running water, so we couldn't cook, clean, flush the fucking toilet.
No, this
The
was just
only
a
reason why you
shell.
can even more or less flush the excrement down the drain is because your boy here was not only willing, but not nothing against him, but especially because of his arm. After the fact, you know, there was a little running creek behind the house,
Yep.
and I
We
go
would
down there with
with a
like a
5 gallon bucket.
no, I take the kitchen trash can.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, anything over half was absurd because of that steep little thing to
Yeah,
get up
no
over the bank,
shit. Trying to get it all the way over the hill.
and then on top of that, it's a trash can. There's no handles. You know
Yeah.
that little thin lip?
Yeah, you're just hanging on to it.
Yeah, that shit hurts. And that was just to like flush the toilet. It's it's creek water. You're not
You had to
gonna.
go take creek water, fill up the back of the toilet so that it would actually fill up the toilet, and then you could flush the toilet. I remember that, and that's why
First,
it
you
got
flush it
it got
to get it
hanged.
down. You might have to do it a couple times and then take some of that water also and pour it in there.
Do you know what the weird thing is? Is these stories are exactly why I think that I'm so okay with like what I have right now. Even though it's not huge, it's a mansion and everything I could ever wanted and dreamed compared to what we've lived in, what we dealt with. Like, I not only had to breed patience into myself into new forms, but I also had to just realize that, like, sometimes you have to suck it up and move forward and like deal with it until you can get to a spot to where you can get out of it.
Yeah.
And
So I remember actually a time when there was, we basically didn't have any money. And the little bit of money that I did have, I told 0 people minus you, because I trust you
Of
about.
course, yeah.
Um, because a lot of people, it's honestly are greedy and just they
Didn't
want
give a
and don't
fuck.
want to go get. Um, but like shit, I forgot where.
You're all right.
What were
That's
we
the
just
point
talking
of being
about?
high. What?
What were we just talking about?
The um the trap house and how we had to
Uh,
flush.
yeah. Oh, I remember. Where
Okay.
Um,
Trust me, it happens all the time. I do it every time.
sometimes I just lose my train of thought because I get thinking further ahead of what I'm actually gonna say, and then I
Right.
like trip
Lose
myself up.
track, yeah. You're trying to
So
remember the good details.
yeah. Um, but I remember we got some Little Caesars, and there was like several people in the house, even some that normally aren't there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to remember it
Um,
was a party spot too.
and at this point, I don't think you were there. Um, no, you weren't, because I'll explain why in a second.
Okay.
There was like I think 2 or 3 slices of like Little Caesars pizza left, and there was like 6 or 7 people. And like, there's not enough for everyone, blah blah. I'm like, sure there is. I'm like, no, there's not. So, and I'm taking like a butter knife or something, and I cut them vertically to kind of like,
Strips.
yeah, because people were complaining they didn't have food, didn't have money, and I don't know. I hate like I guess hearing and like seeing hunger. Not like
Just no
having anything
shit.
against it, but like I
No,
I, I
it's
don't
just
like.
yeah, it's suffering. You're
Yeah.
watching people suffer, and
And so
as a good
I
person, you
felt
just
compelled
can't
to
do it.
like find a way to try and divvy it up. And then on top of that, like I did that, and then people were like, "No, I don't want to eat it." And so then like there was that, and so I can kind of piss me off. And so you remember how those holes popped up in our door?
Yeah.
That's because I threw a couple punches into it.
Yeah.
Mind
Yeah.
you, it was not like a regular wooden door, one of those cheaper ones.
It's just real. It was real.
I don't know. It,
It
it
was
felt
hard.
insulting
Yeah,
at the same
exactly.
time.
It's hard to be in an environment like that where because everybody's just surviving. In that house, everybody had their own story. Like you didn't live in that house if you didn't have something similarly fucked up going on in your life to where you just felt like you needed to live here. And so everybody had their own slice of corner basically. Like it I just remember that at one point there was like 5 people living there in a 3 bedroom very
Trailer.
slim trailer, and there might even have been more. It's just because like for a while me and you shared a room, and then there was the middle room, but the middle room was heinous and known as the bedroom because it was nothing but
It
beds.
was a brothel.
It was a brothel.
That's where the beginning of the end of my mattress really
Oh my
began.
god. It was a brothel in there. Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
I hate to admit that there
That
was
mattress. I
some
wish I could
fucking
have taken it
horrible
with me,
nights.
but
No,
2
you
things.
don't.
Well, hold on. First of all, by the time it was time for me to go, I didn't want to take it simply because of what was done to it,
Yeah.
or rather, on it, into it.
Into it, on it, around it, of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was there for everything. No one was there for as much as that mattress was. And you know what? It supported them the whole way.
I always kind of wanted. I kind of always wanted to get back a hold of the owner of the house. I'll just say that because I don't want to say their name, but and be like, hey, so when you sold the place or when something happened, what did they say about the room full of mattresses? Like, because it was literally the whole middle room was nothing but mattresses all the way to there was this much room on the other side by the window that didn't have mattress. We stuffed like two or three uh double mattresses and then 2 queens and then 2 kings or a king on top of all of that. And so
Yeah,
you
it
just
was like
had
4
nothing
feet
but
of mattress.
it was like a fucking fun room of just bed. The whole floor was bed.
And I mean, luckily for that room, the door swung out, not in, so you're
Oh yeah,
able to
because you
shut it.
couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't shut it otherwise. The
Yeah.
door would be lodged in or lodged shut all day, and it was just. Again, these are stories we're gonna have to get into when we can maybe even get a couple other people that I know were around the area at the time to just kind of speak on a few things because the shit was heinous. The shit was ridiculous. We were just surviving. It was a movie. Like quite frankly, you could have made a movie or TV show out of all the
Listen.
shit that we dealt with.
I know there's a metaphor about burning water, but I swear on anything and everything that could mean holy, it can mean sacred, sentimental. Insert your favorite synonym.
Do you know what's funny?
We seen. I won't mention their name. I'll be respectful.
They're probably watching us.
You burned water.
You burned water. Yeah.
I know that sounds impossible, but just hear me out on this. This individual was boiling some water, clean water. I'll add that in. We were in the strap house. It was clean water. It was potable. So this individual was boiling water and forgot about it, and it boiled for so long that it all evaporated, and the pot was on there that the bottom was glowing, and there was a funny smell coming from the kitchen that smelled like something was hot. I guess it's best like metal,
metal. Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
it's
like
just-
you just
like something just seemed off.
the atmosphere had a weird
And then
tang to it.
I kind of looked over at the stove, and there was a little bit of steam coming, and I thought maybe someone was cooking something, but it had a funny smell. So I went over and looked, and I'm like, "What is this?"
Who just left this pot here on the stove?
And then they were like, "Oh, boiled water." I'm like, "There's no water left." Legit, I'm not kidding you.
That was the best part was when, because I remember walking in and I walk in, Bryan, the first thing I hear is Bryan go, something smells hot. And then I get into the bedroom, drop something off, come back out into the living room, and he goes, somebody cooking or trying to cook something on this? And they said, well, there was water in it. And we said, there was water in that whole pot?
The pot was
The
glowing.
pot was empty and glowing. It had just been forgotten about and left on.
Well, and it's an
and all
electric
the
stove
water-
too,
yeah,
so
so-
you didn't see a flame.
Nope, so it was just burning and all the water boiled out and it was just an empty hot
It
pan.
boiled out a long time ago.
A long time ago. We were gone for a few hours.
You know, that's the kind of heat you put to a cast iron skillet to season it. All right.
It was pretty great.
Respectfully.
So Bryan, I want to let you know I played online with them recently and we were talking about that. And
Oh, really?
yeah, I was
Are you
like
kidding?
remember when you burned water?
I mean it with love. I promise.
Oh yeah, it's all with love. Trust me. I told them that I was like, you have no idea how much I actually like respected you for still going to school and taking care of your business. Like I'm glad you were still doing what you needed to do. That was very good.
Absolutely.
It's just we didn't want you in that environment because out of a lot of the people, they seemed to have their shit together almost the most. Like they had the most time and they had so much talent that it was like, don't be here. Get away from us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just one of the greatest stories ever. Dude, the one I don't know if I've talked about it yet, but the one that I really can't fucking stand. So there is a LIT song, I think is what it's called, where what is it? My Own Worst Enemy. Where sometime I'll have to find it, but in the song there's a verse that says the smoke alarm is going off and there's a cigarette still burning. And then it goes into the chorus, please tell me why my car is in the front yard.
Oh, yeah.
That song.
That's it. Yeah.
So that verse where he's like, the smoke alarm is going off and there's a cigarette still burning. Every time I hear that shit, dude, I start laughing because it reminds me of the day that I woke up. We had all been up till like 3, 4 in the morning, dude, just doing whatever. And this is during the time where the front door didn't shut for 3 days. And
This may have been when I was gone. Maybe.
you're right. I think it was because I got the room to myself, the middle room, the
Okay.
like first one.
Yeah.
So I woke up because we were all partying. Everything was going on. Then everybody passed out, and there were like 12 people passed out in this house everywhere. The whole couch was filled. People were on the floor.
Sounds like a busy night.
And the door had been open for 3 days. Well, then that night it got shut. And I wake up because the smoke alarm is going off. And we're talking 5 in the morning. I just went to bed an hour or two ago. So I'm like hearing the smoke alarm and I'm like wondering what the fuck's going on. So I jump up immediately because, smoke alarm means fucking fire.
shit's going down.
I jump up and I run into the living room. Everybody's still sleeping. They're sleeping through the fucking
Oh, I
smoke
bet
alarm.
they're past the fuck
And
out.
I'm just like, what the fuck? And I literally run out there and the whole living room is full of smoke, dude. Like I
Oh,
almost
yeah, I
couldn't
know.
see them on the couch full of smoke.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, what in the fuck? And I look down and I still have the ashtray.
Yeah.
Because it's my ashtray. It's over there. It's a big one. It's like this. That fucking ashtray was so full of shit because of all the cigarettes that had been put out in it, all the joints, everything. So
People just
full of
tossed
shit
it in.
that somebody put a cigarette out in it, and I guess it didn't go out all the way. And it literally lit the entire bowl on fire. So there was a bowl of fire in the
Not
middle
that
of the
stuff.
room. Oh, it did, dude. And I was like I looked at the fire, was like freaking out, and looked over at the couch, seeing everybody still sleeping, and was like, are you fucking kidding me? Open up the fucking front door, I took my I took the ashtray, walked up to the door, and slung it outside.
Oh yeah, I would
I
do the same shit.
threw it outside onto the front lawn. And the fire kind of goes out because I'm just throwing all of its ignition.
Yeah.
I just threw it out into the yard, and I literally, like, as the house is airing out, I'm like, hey, anybody want to wake up? The fire! And they're like getting up, they're like, holy shit! And they're getting up. And I'm like, yeah, dude, the fucking ashtray caught on fire. Can we empty that shit? And everybody kind of like calmed down. And as I was heading back to bed, they were starting to like smoke weed or something again. I don't know. They were all like sitting up now because they're awake now. So I go into the bedroom and I go to sleep, and I wake up at like 2 p.m, come out in the living room. And I just remember as I walked back in the living room, got something to drink out of the fridge. And as I'm walking back to the room, on the table is the fucking ashtray that I threw onto the yard. And I'm just like, and here we go again. Like, I didn't care. I was like, cool. But it's like, you sons of bitches. So you guys were just like, hey, where's the ashtray at? Well, I think Darian, when he got mad at us for letting the house catch on fire, said that he threw it out into the fucking yard. I'm gonna go find it.
I got pissed.
Dude, it was
I mean,
fucking.
you weren't gonna go pee inside unless you wanted to. It sounds something.
No, I was just gonna say, dude, you know what? You know what I hated more than the bathroom, because the bathroom was disgusting. But you know what I hated more than the bathroom? The hallway. The dog shit covered, stained fucking hallway. You could not. It was absolutely against the law of physics for you to just walk straight down the hallway. You had to go step, 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 leap, and then into the room.
Yeah, no shit.
And it just sucked. And you were just teaching people, no, step here, step there, over this. There's a pattern. Because, like,
almost kind of like
the owners
getting up at night and finding the creaks in the floor.
Yeah. Well, you know, the owner's friends would go down to their room at the end of the trailer, so they would have to do the whole walk. But I'm like, clean up your dog shit. Like, it was your dog. I cleaned it up a couple times.
Like, I know this place is nasty. Can we not make it worse than what it already is?
Yeah. Like, it was just bad.
And like they say, you can't get worse. This can get worse. And
it can. That's why, like, when I go to some people's houses, and I've been to a couple that look like trap houses again.
Sure.
And they're just like, I'm sorry, my house looks bad. And I'm like, no, not really. I'm like, I understand that your table's covered in shit. I understand that you may have like some clothes and stuff on the floor, stuff over here, even like one ashtray kind of overflowing. It's like, I promise you, you have no judgment for me, because I've dealt with and lived with way worse. Like, and if I described to you, you would literally feel so comfortable. You'd feel fine again.
You'd be like, oh yeah. Well,
you'd be like, well, at least I'm not that fucking bad. And it's like, yeah, tell me about it.
You know, then my experiences prior in foster care, I think, kind of like helped more or less condition me for that. So when people were just like, what the fuck's going on? I'm just kind of like, here, we gotta do this, I guess. I don't know. Kind of like what I was saying when we were both on the phone with 911, and it just happened the two dispatchers were talking to each other.
Yeah. Our dispatchers apparently sat right next door to each other. Yeah, man. Dude, like, I'm gonna be real brief about this. Do you remember when I'm not gonna say his name, so I'll just say C. You remember when C came into the house because he got shot, or were you there for that?
No, I wasn't.
Damn.
I was not there for that. No, that happened right after I left.
Okay, I was gonna say,
I do remember hearing something about that.
dude, I swear you were there. Maybe my mind just put you there because that was the only thing that got me through it. Because I had to be the adult, basically.
I think I might have just left, but I did hear something about it because then he wasn't.
No, he left. He left state so that he could be safe because you don't get to fuck with somebody's grow and not get fucked with back. So, but yeah, dude, when he came up into the house shot, that was one of the most nerve wracking nights of my life. In
Well,
the
yeah,
house.
because I mean that if he thinks he can hide out there and people know that, they're gonna come looking for him there, and you
Dude,
could potentially be
dude, with
caught
the way he
profiling.
was bleeding out of two of those holes, I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
I was so worried. That's why I just screamed at the dude that brought him in because I don't. Again, I'm not saying any names, but the dude that brought him into the house that basically helped carry him in, I basically yelled at him and I was like, "He's if you do not take him to the hospital, he's gonna die." Like these
He's
because they're
bleeding.
taking to me like I'm some fucking surgeon and can save him. Like they're just dude. That's what happened. They roared up into the because he had a truck and he roared up into the back into the car with him in the back of the truck, and he fucking pulls the where the deck was the front deck, dude. He basically pulled the back of his truck right up to the deck and was like jumping out yelling, "Go get Darian, go get Darian." And I'm in the room and I just hear people fucking yelling and banging on my door, and I open up and I see that they're carrying in homeboy into the house, and dude, you can just see it, he's covered in blood. And they put him on the kitchen table, dude. Every time I talk about this I start shaking. Like they put him on the kitchen table and they were like, I don't know, and they were trying to explain to me because I'm like, what the fuck happened, what were you guys doing? And he's trying to explain that like this is what happened. The dude had a gun, he shot, it was buckshot,
Oh,
so it like peppered him.
yeah.
And
Buckshot's pretty good size BBs in there, if you will.
and he had two holes right about here that were just bleeding.
That's a bad spot.
And I was like, that's what scared me because everything else wasn't bleeding. You could just see where it went in. Those two were bleeding, and I'm like,
probably wasn't the
that's
right
not.
spot.
I'm like, that's not good at all. And so they're like trying to say like, no, he's gonna be fine. Can we just it's just buckshot. We can pull it out. And I'm like, do you see these holes? I'm like, this is
That is the worst thing. I'm glad you didn't. I don't think you would have. I mean, obviously you didn't, but
no.
like that would been the worst thing for you to do is to start
Rooting
probing
around in there. Yeah, exactly.
Even if you didn't cause just further physical damage, infection,
Yeah.
not sterile whatsoever.
No, in that house, nothing. And
Bro,
so
that is the last place do you want to do any type of surgery.
I just remember yelling. I just yelled. I was like, I was like, take him to the hospital. If you do not take him, he's gonna die. He is going to die on this table if you do not take him. And they were like, the room kind of went silent for a second, and we kind of picked him up and we put him back into the truck and we sat him down in the passenger seat and he drove him there. And I found out that when he got there, he basically just he walked in to where the front desk lady could see him, and of course the way they were looking, dude, the lady jumped up and was like, oh my god, what's going on? And he just lays him down on the ground and goes, I'm sorry, and runs out of the door and drives off.
Wow.
Because he didn't they both were in a spot where if the cops would have seen him, it would have been a bad thing. But it's just Chris is he's okay, and I'm glad he's okay because he's one of my oldest friends and he's got a good heart. He was in a bad place. Like I said, anybody that was hanging around that house was in a bad spot, dude. And
Yeah, I mean, well, just the location too, just around the other, just the neighborhood does, and it just wasn't great.
no, and dude, we had meth heads as neighbors. Remember when they came over trying to fight?
Yeah,
Like, dude.
I remember, the one girl needed a ride. I was like, well, only had a beer because it was hard to even have any desire to be under really any type of influence minus smoking
Mm-hmm.
because that's vulnerable.
Uh-huh.
But so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take you out to your dad's. And that guy, I guess, knows her and didn't like the fact that I was going to leave and was standing in front of me in my vehicle.
Throwing real high wonky punches.
Yeah,
Like when he threw the punch, he fell over.
yeah. I mean, very telegraphed. I never did swing on him.
No, I just remember yelling, Bryan, Bryan, like, because you could
Almost
see,
kind of like
I
a
could
owner
see
calling
you,
his dog back.
I could just see you being like, I'm gonna put my fist to his face, like I'm just gonna send it out the back of his head, dog. Like one punch from you when you were, if you guys could see the people that I see in my mind, you would have broke him. You probably would have killed him. Like if you would have just gave him one good punch, especially in that condition where he was just so fucking high and limber, you probably would have killed him. And so I'm just like, Bryan, I understand that he's pissing you off right now, and I'm like, you do whatever you need to do to take care of him and hold him back, but do not hit him.
I was like,
Because
I don't
if you
plan on it.
because if you fucking hit him, you might kill him, and we got a whole situation on our hands.
Well, that and I wasn't trying to get into shit.
No, like we weren't we were never trying to get into shit. We were just always found in the middle of shit.
I always end up in some shit.
I feel like we really did help a lot of people though, like figure their shit out because you know damn well we were like one of the, like you said, when you provided all that water, like we were surviving in that house, and the other people that were in that house, 60% of them were younger than us,
Oh,
and so it's like what the fuck are we supposed to be doing? And like I said, when I was in that house, I was like 17, I think, 16, 17. I actually can't remember when was it.
2015.
So I was 19. Yeah, 19. I just out of school, and dude, just on a mission to show that I could do it on my own.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not gonna lie,
I was 21.
Dude, I was also in a mindset where I was like, I want to be a partier for a little bit. Like that was my mindset. I just was like, want
Well,
to
you had
go.
the freedom, and
Yeah, I
the
had
way
a
you decided
taste
to
of
spend it.
I had a taste of freedom, and I decided to guzzle it and went to all kinds of places. And I mean, you remember like the fucking couch out there in the middle of the woods,
Oh yeah,
the parties,
yeah,
and
the couch
some of the fun things that we've seen dumb people do and shit happen out there. And
fights and stuff.
oh, dude, every time it wasn't a party if there wasn't a fight. And
I know.
I kind of
Honestly,
hated that, but
I didn't go there very often. But just the way people hyped it up and stuff. I remember one time, and I think it was the first time I went. There was like no fighting. There was like a little bit of arguing and shit.
Yeah.
Like some, like puffing chest, like fuck you and stuff. But there wasn't anything like that actually sparked. And then I remember one time, one of the guys actually got into a fight I had gone to school with. Again, I'm not gonna name it.
yeah, you're good.
But yeah, it was one of the people who got into a fight, and I guess it turned out that he was actually on the wrong side. But like I was still kind of like rooting for him a little bit, just because I know him.
Right? Because that's my boy.
Right.
Come on, man. Jab.
He was a little quick, dude. But
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I don't think you went. No, you were gone. You had went up to North Dakota. It was, this is how I remember. It was the night that you were driving to North Dakota because you did a full fucking drive there. You just didn't stop. You went all the way there. And you sent me notifications on my phone of like where you were at and how long you've been going. Dude, I just remember we were partying that day, and you left, and we were going to a party that night. And the whole night I'm getting messages from you at different times where you're like, I'm about this far from there, only about 16 hours
going through
left,
Minnesota.
12 hours left. And I was just like letting everybody know, Bryan's at 12 hours left, man. And we were all like, woo! Like,
And I'm like, well, that's the thing is, my parents were living on the western edge of North Dakota.
Mhm.
Like, it was at the time it was like 80 miles from Montana. So once you got into North Dakota, you still had like 350 miles to go.
fucking God, yeah, I know.
And it's like, oh, I'm in North Dakota, and then I look, and it still says like 6.5 hours. I'm like, oh my god,
Yay!
I've already been on the road for fucking
19 hours. Yeah.
When I got, because I made that trip a couple times, it did get a little bit better. But I remember the first time I went out there, I had a flat and had to wait for the shop to open, and then wait for my truck to get in and stuff like that, and then ran into other stuff along the way, and then had to fight falling asleep at the wheel.
Uh-huh.
I remember instead of, so like it got to a point where I was literally out in the middle of nowhere, and it was just the lights from the vehicles. That's all there was. Like, and other than that, it was just dark. So And honestly, the only traffic I really seen was the occasional semi going the other way,
Right.
back towards like Fargo and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it became the point where I was so tired, and at that point, I was already awake for probably about 20 hours on like 4 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And it eventually got to the point where instead of just trying to stay in my lane and I had zero traffic in front of me, I would just let the rumble strips wake me up. And as long as I stayed within the
My
rumble
God.
strips, and that's what they're there for. It's legitimately their purpose.
I know, but the
Especially for
way that
semi-drivers.
you're just using it for the wrong type of purpose.
But that's literally the intended purpose.
I just love, yes, to let you know, hey, you're sleepy, should stop. Brian's like, no, you're there to wake me up.
Bro, you are there. You're my, essentially, we're on
Saving
autopilot
grace.
now. Let me know when I need to reset my coordinates.
Let me know when I need to be fucking responsible. Oh my God.
Responsible. What is your
Dude,
place?
holy shit. I just love that. You're like, let me know when I'm
So-
if I don't die. Could you imagine you're going and there's a turn and you just hit rumble strips and you're like, oh, you think you're going straight and you have to go.
I guess I wouldn't be here, would I?
That shit's so crazy. God, gotta be there. And I was gonna say, gotta be a lot of straight roads there, but I do know there is a lot of straight fucking roads there.
Yeah, I-94.
Oh.
It's, you know,
Dude.
just fields, man.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, you made the drive.
Yes, I made the drive to get you, and dude, I remember Chelsea was sleeping, and it was
With
like
a
a
bad
solid
alternator.
3 hours, yeah, and with a bad alternator that was killing and everything. But if it was like for a solid 3 hours, dude, I was just driving straight, no left, no right, no curve at all, straight.
And if
there
you did
was
go up and down, it was very gradual.
yeah, but straight. And I only seen 2 cars, 3 hours, pure darkness, one
Mhm.
road, 2 cars.
Yeah.
No, sir. I thought I was in a fucking horror movie. And then as I see Chelsea sleeping, I look over to the right and left, and it's not like there's just trees. There is, but they're like 2 miles back. You can see they're a long way back because the
Oh,
trees
yeah.
look like they're this big. And then, great, you know what adds to the anxiety is when you're on a road and all of a sudden they have these radio towers that are just big red lights that come on
Out of
every couple
nowhere.
of seconds,
Yeah.
dude. And it's the entire length of the field. So out of nowhere, every like 5 seconds, you just see the whole giant open field full of just red. And then it would go dark and you couldn't even see past the road anymore. And then you would just see the whole field red. And I was waiting to see like a fucking Bigfoot standing there in the red at one point
Jeepers
staring at
creepers.
me. And I'm just like, I can't stop this fucking car. Like, I gotta keep going.
Sure,
And-
you know, it would be the perfect like horror film.
Yeah,
The
that's right.
shitty car, your significant other's falling asleep, you're out in the middle of fucking nowhere,
Nowhere.
there's no lights,
No cars.
probably no cell service.
It was, dude, it was just scary. I
No
just remember
heat.
telling people, yeah, no heat because we couldn't, our alternator was fucked. I just remember that whole time, dude, for 3 hours until we actually got to an actual place or city again, it was just the straightest, most dead road. I thought I went through a portal and I was like, am I trapped here forever?
You're
What
going
am
through
I
a
doing?
wormhole.
I just can't escape this, dude. And all I could see, unless those red lights came on, all I could see was the road 5 feet in front of me.
Dude, it's so dark
So
that your
it's-
lights like don't.
Yeah.
It's
It's
almost
almost
your brights on.
hypnotizing.
It's like what the.
It was almost hypnotizing because, dude, like I said, I can't see anything else except the 5 feet in front of me road. So like if it weren't for my lights, I wouldn't have known where I was. I wouldn't know anything. And I didn't, and then the red lights would come on and I could see like more of the road ahead and then field. But then other than that, dude, it was like I was just playing a bad generated video game where like I had to wait for the world to load in as I was driving.
Or like that's the whole like gimmick of the horror movie.
Yeah.
You can like, see a little.
And I'm like, this is crazy. But also, a fun fact about that drive is we got all the way there. Your dad was a real pimp and got us a free alternator for coffee.
Yeah, just it didn't even have to be the giant one that you ended up getting.
I know, but I just wanted to.
But yeah, he just wanted a tin of coffee, and he would put it in a brand new alternator for you. And so you're just like, all right, I'll grab this $35 bitch right here.
It was huge. It was like it's like imagine if you stacked 2.5 actual coffee like
the can
containers on top of each other. This thing was massive, and I'm like, we're getting that one. Because if
And
he's
I
giving
was
me a
like,
new
oh,
alternator,
wow.
yeah, if he's giving me a new alternator, he gets this coffee. And so Yeah, I got a new
Hooked up.
alternator out of it, and then we get all the way home, and as we're pumping gas
Oh my
into
god!
it,
Yeah.
did you forget about that?
Until now, yeah.
As we're pumping gas into it, we're literally 25 miles, 25 minutes from home, and
Yeah, you were in
we're in
Orban.
almost in Manton, basically, just before Manton, and
Mm.
we're putting gas into the van,
Gotta go out
and
to get some drinks
yeah,
in the store.
Brian walks around the front of the car, and as he walks around, he's like, I see glowing, and he looks
Yeah,
under
I
the
seen a little
hood.
flickering underneath there, and I look around for maybe a truck with a flickering light. There are no lights that are flickering, not even a street light. So I look again, I look underneath there, see little fingers of flames coming out from underneath. I'm like, Darren, you gotta stop pumping gas. The car's on fire. You're like,
Yeah,
what?
hold up, pause. No, not at all, you asshole. Here's how Brian said it. Here's the exact way Brian said it. Walks around the corner, calm as can be, as if it's just a nice another sunny moon, not fucking full moon night. Looks me dead in my eyes as I'm pumping gas into this goddamn thing, and goes, "Car's on fire." I'm like, what? That's why I said what. I was like, are you fucking with me right now? He's like, car's on fire. And I'm like, what? And he's like, the car is on fire. And I just literally stopped pumping gas. Don't know. I don't even know if I dropped it or hung the pump up. And I ran inside, pushed the door open, and I remember I scared the shit out of the guy behind the counter because I just looked him dead in his ocular look balls and said, "Fire! There is a fire
And
outside!"
he looks outside like, huh?
He grabs his fire extinguisher and he comes outside and he goes, "Where?" And I'm like, "Under my hood." And I pop the hood and then he sees it and he just goes,
And it kept reigniting.
"Yep." And dude, yeah, it would just keep lighting up. And so it was like, okay, this is an electrical fire. So we need the other grade of fire extinguisher, and their store didn't have one.
Mhm.
And so we had to, and when you pull the fire extinguisher, something like that, I think he hit a button, but the fucking like 8 state cars pulled up,
Oh,
3
yeah.
fire trucks
Well,
pulled up.
especially right next to the pump.
Yeah, that whole area was just full of lights.
Hey, at that point, there was a lot of blinking lights.
A lot of blinking lights. Just if anybody was epileptic, they were going into a seizure. There were so many lights.
Yeah, you were for sure.
And they came out and they were like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "The van just caught on fire." And it turns out to be wires that were basically, because the car was ran so long, they basically had melted from getting so hot and started to fuse together. And
Yeah,
they
we
started
ran
igniting.
that the whole way back.
The whole
We
way.
just took
24.
turns.
Yeah, took turns driving 24 hours straight on a car, straight on a minivan. A fucking minivan.
Yeah, it was like a little old school like Dodge Caravan,
It was,
like from like the early 2000s.
yeah, it was like 2001.
Yeah.
It was a 2001 fucking Dodge Caravan.
White.
Silver or white. Yeah, it was white. Oh god, I love that van. That van was amazing, dude.
Hey, it ran its course. You know what?
It got us home. I did the whole
It was
Paul.
close enough.
It was. It did. It was close enough. It was like the movie Paul. I was like, farewell, the humble steed. Like, you did us well. And that's what I remember my mom said that too, because we were like, God damn it. Like, we were so fucking close. And she goes, don't you get it? She's like, you made it. Like, 20 miles from home isn't not home. She
Yeah,
goes,
it's a
you were
1,200
literally,
miles, right?
yeah, she's like, you were literally over 1,000 miles away. This could have happened at any point on the way, and it did it when you were 20 miles from home. She goes, that's a win. Take that as a win. And I said,
and it didn't blow up or it didn't cause, no one got hurt.
No, nothing got, nobody got hurt, nothing
So
blew up. It
that,
just
yeah,
up a little bit.
honestly, I hadn't thought about that.
I know, right?
It's it is crazy.
Yeah, been through a lot of shit. Oh, all right. So before we get out of here, I do want to show everybody that fucking video. So
Little sign off.
little sign off. All right, hold on. I gotta make sure they can see it. We do this right here, and we make ourselves small, and then they can see this. And then we click it off, and then we extend that shit, and then we rewind that shit. Let me hit play.
Don't worry, we're gonna get in. All you need is money. Oh, and feel free to pull your breast out. I ain't pulling my breast out.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we here for the Kodokan party?
Sorry, guys. This is an invite-only party, so I'm gonna need you guys to turn around and get back in your vehicles.
You used to work at the mall? Security for Burlington?
Yeah, Foot Locker, Claire's, and Children's Place. How you know that?
I used to work there too. I was a waitress at Chino's.
Oh, yeah, Chino's. The place that said I can eat there for free. Found out I had a $7,000 tab. I can't let y'all in, man.
What if we threw you a little something, something?
I can't fuck no quarter. Throw me some pussy or something. Come on now. Y'all know the game.
Y'all know the game.
Yo, listen. You used to be a kid. Snuck in a few back doors. We just want to go on this party if it's cool with you. All you gotta do is turn around and pretend like you didn't even know. Can you do that for your boy? Please? Come on, man.
You know, I could really lose my job for this. Whatever, come on. They make some really good Indian food in here. Follow me.
Really good.
Really good Indian food.
Welcome to Club Kodo.
This motherfucker jump. I believe we got it.
Motherfucker jumping.
Everyone's
Okay,
standing
the
there.
next order up is the Night Wolf Burger combo with a side of scalloped potatoes and a bottle of whiskey. Over here. Is that you? Yeah. Okay, we got you coming up fresh. Come on, get that Indian meat going.
Please, no. Man, lay your ass down.
Hey, yo, make sure you say some of that neck meat. We're gonna put that in the soup of the day. Hey, man, what is this? The fuck?
Oh, that's that Indian food I was talking about. Hey, you better get your order in while it's fresh. Hey, what you doing?
Hey, get out my way. Hey, stop this.
I knew I shouldn't have let him in.
Hey.
Oh. Don't forget about that neck meat.
Bro, I know. Save the neck meat, nigga. Shit.
Oh, shit, nigga shooting in the club.
There you go, right there. Come on, nigga. You trying to get the club shut down? What's up, nigga? Get the fuck out of here. Who next? Hey, hold on, that's the homie, cuz. Fuck you and your dead homie. Hey, shut up.
Watch out, little bitch. Stiff arm.
Watch out, little bitch.
Hey, why you still sitting there, man? Get up and go.
Get some time to fuck up, dumbass. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Come here, skank. Hold on.
Fuck that. Who dares to fuck up a Kodokan party? Hey, listen, we wasn't trying to do that. We was just trying to... What, you think you cuter than me, bitch? I didn't say that. What is... You coming here with your skeet-ass ponytail thinking you the shit? You ain't cuter than me. I'm gonna get my Uncle Kodo. He's the owner.
That's good.
Who let these niggas in my club?
You're a security guard.
You snitching ass bitch. Shut up, nigga. You fired. Damn you bad.
Come on, Kodo. Kick them out. They wasn't invited.
Devora, please, just shut your ugly ass up, okay? Let me think. Oh, tell me this, white girl. You know how to twerk?
What? Huh?
How about you come up here and booty me down? Hey, ugly, put some twerk music on.
What? No, I don't know how to twerk, let alone even know how to dance.
Now, hold on, cut the music. Hey, bitch, you either throw that ass in a circle and I'm throwing your
Listen,
ass
I
out.
don't know.
Shake that booty meat, bitch.
You need to just calm the fuck down.
Who the fuck you think you talking to, fool?
I'm just saying, bro, I don't want any trouble. Just chill out and leave her alone, you dig?
Hey, you know I'm about to steal on you, right?
No, bro, I'm just...
Baptize this nigga.
Look, man, I don't want any
shit.
trouble, so we just gonna leave, all right?
Oh, it's too late for that, brother.
You know what you just got into? 4 times golden glove boxing.
And I'm a black belt. I'm a ninja, nigga. Took Taekwondo 10 years.
Don't hurt him too bad,
Look, I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna let him get the first swing, all right? Go ahead, man. Let me see what...
All right, it's over now. We're going.
Hey, nah, nigga, we gotta run that shit back. Fuck that. Hey, where my pistol at? Oh, let me get up. Hey, who's these 2 niggas stealing my swag? Oh, shit, I see 3 of me.
Does this mean we get in the club?
Yeah.
We want VIP section, and we want free chicken wings, too.
Buffalo or lemon pepper, man.
What it come with?
If you get the combo, you get curly
You're not
fries.
gonna really do this, are you?
Hey, this nigga real. Bottle service all night, too.
Thank you, Kodokan. I knew you was a real nigga.
On God, anybody who hasn't, please subscribe to him. He made some awesome memories for me and my brother. YouTube.com/itsreal85vids. Go hard, man. Thank you for all that. Oh, all right. So basically, wanted to show people that because that was a big part of our life.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Specifically Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, we
Mortal Kombat 9 for a while.
for a while, but X was like the big one. That's the one we spent hours playing.
Oh yeah.
And basically, we spent some time practicing for some tournaments just because we were looking at videos. And I remember you were like, well, the only rules were that they had to hit random
Yeah, it was random
characters, and you just
It didn't
played
have to be hidden, but it was just random character. We did the hidden cursor set. We didn't know which one, just to not be like,
Spice
oh,
things
I got
up,
this one,
right?
But
But it really taught us. We had like 6 mains on that game, but ye old fashionable one whenever it came down to like anybody who's ever played Mortal Kombat with their friends, their family, their brother, uncle, sister, who cares? You guys know that you guys have that one character you guys play as when it's like, all right, it's time to go all out. Final form, Goku fucking blue style, like Ultra Instinct mode. Get into your zone, pull out your character, and for
the ace up your sleeve.
The ace up your sleeve. And for me and Bryan, it was Raiden, because I always loved maining Raiden. I would spend hours and hours learning new fucking moves and combos for him. And then for you,
Sub-Zero.
fucking ice pick.
Oh yeah.
Sub-Zero, man. So it would always be Sub-Zero versus Raiden. And then we would do other matches where it was like, we would play random, Reptile versus Shang Tsung, or fucking what is it? Goro versus Kenji. And oh my god, when we played as Smoke, I loved playing as Smoke. I hate that they didn't really add him into the games anymore.
He's in the newer ones actually, but in that one he was the Triborg version.
Yeah, and he was awesome.
I liked playing the sector variation.
Yeah, you were fucking disrespectful with all those. Anytime you would play as Triborg, I got so mad. Triborg was bullshit.
I know he's slow on some moves, but he's got like range in a way, with just the reach. But then other ones are quick, and then of course teleports. You love your teleports.
Oh, you love your teleports. So I'm telling you, here in the future when we get together, we're definitely gonna have to put together some. Well, I'm gonna definitely put them up on YouTube, but we should do a stream sometime of us playing Mortal Kombat, and we'll get a few other people together so that we don't get too raged out. But we'll spend some time. We'll give each other ample time to practice up and do whatever, and then we'll come at each other full gear. But no matter how many times we played, it would usually be to where out of 100 games, I'd win like 5. And anybody else?
A lot of them are close though.
Oh, they were always close. That's the thing. They were always close, but
especially the ones you.
It was always like that big. It was always like that big brother, little brother thing where it's like, oh, you've gotten better, little brother. You almost had me real hard in the first round, and then
yeah, or somehow just formulate some comeback or whatever.
I still wish we had that. I don't know if you still have it saved, but I want that video of us where it looks like an actual fight scene. Dude, that was so awesome. It was on Mortal Kombat X, but we were playing, and it looked like an actual fight. Like, other than just like blocks, the blocks and the kicks and the punches looked like they went straight over your head at the same time as we were ducking. It looked like an actual fight scene.
That, or there was a block.
Yeah.
Either a dodge or a block of some type.
And for like a solid 45, 50 seconds, there was no hits. It was all just blocks or dodges the entire time. No hit was made.
There was a chunk of health gone, but strictly just chip damage.
Yeah, it was just chip damage.
Yeah.
That was what was great about our battles, is that they were always decided by fucking chip damage.
It's funny because like the beginning of the health bar, it almost seemed at times like you can be a little reckless, and then it gets down to that last like 25%. It's like, all right, I gotta really pay attention.
Gotta really monk it up.
And then because in that game there's like 5 dashes for like 10, 8, 6, 2, 4%. I said those backwards, but then once you start getting down into there, then it's like, all right, I gotta really like lock in if I want to do anything.
If I want to do anything, I want to stay alive.
Yeah.
I don't want to get brutality on. That's just disrespectful. But yeah, and then anybody else that would come over to play, it was like, okay, have fun. Like, we spend all hours of the day playing.
I always love it because people are like, oh, Mortal Kombat, I love playing. And I'm like, oh yeah?
You want to not?
You want to not. But it would be funny because I'm like, yeah, I'd play every now and again.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
I played every now and again today. I actually just got done protecting this new combo. Let's see if it works out.
I've been waiting to try this out in real life.
I figure I'll try out this character.
Oh my god.
It's funny because, like, you and I knowing who like you have obviously like your number one. Then you have a couple of close ones where like you can throw it in there, mix it up with those.
Yeah.
Then you got a couple other where it's like, I can contemplate on them a little bit. Then you have others you don't really care for.
Yep.
If you start picking from like the bottom half and stuff, and you know who you actually fight well with
Yeah.
going against someone, you just start cracking up. Like he'll start playing as like Melina or something.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, why?
Not even gonna happen.
I'm just like, all right, I already know where this is going. I don't even have to know who you are. You're probably, I mean, unless you know what you're doing.
Right.
And then watch you
can
get
just
mopped, and it's like, all right, picking Raiden.
every time. Whenever I felt threatened, I pulled Raiden out, and it was always like, look, that's how I tested out who really played Mortal Kombat among my friends. Because it was like, look, dude, I spend all hours of my day trying to beat my brother, and I beat him once every blue, yellow spotted moon. Like, and so anybody that plays me that's like, oh, damn, dude, you're really good. You should do. I'm just like, yeah, but like. It's always like that fucking Street Fighter thing where I just follow you and you're trying to be the best, but I know how to be the best. I have to beat you, and I'm just like, I'm on my way. Don't you worry, I'll get there. And then
I'm right there.
and then playing other people though, I'll just destroy them, and then
Yeah.
I'll meet a couple people that actually give me my money's worth. Like my buddy Troy, he's actually pretty damn good, and I was like, oh, okay, and then out of nowhere, I'll just be like, Raiden, like, because I'll play as other characters to like feel you out, kind of like Goku martial arts. He's like, I'm not gonna go all out immediately. I want to see, like, I want to gauge how good you are. If they mop the floor with my like bitch characters, I'm like, okay. If they mop the floor with my medium characters, I'm like, we might have something here. And then I'll play like Reptile or Liu Kang. And if I still get beat by playing one of these simple characters that have easy combos, I'm like, all right, you've earned it. I'll pull it out, dust it off, Raiden. And then when I win, it's like, I understand, but at least I knew where you were at now. And if I do lose a couple times, I'm like, yes, there's somebody else out there who spent hours of their time just going, all right, which combo beats this one? How long can I make this last? How many times can I juggle him before he hits the ground and I can't touch him
And the
anymore?
newer ones, they have a much more comprehensive, but also easier to explain frame data.
Yeah.
I played and beat the base because they actually added a DLC story for MK11. I didn't play that one. But I played just a little bit of the tutorial of MK1. I haven't gone through it, but there's a bit of additions to that and stuff. But yeah, I haven't actually gotten a chance to play that one.
Don't worry, we'll get you a chance. I played a bit of it. I still need to do some practicing, but Raiden is young and fit again.
I know. I was looking at all the characters. I was like, wow, a lot of them look like
you gotta
good. Like they look good, but just
the storyline is completely
like I said, I played
changed.
through MK11. I knew they added an addition to the storyline, which I never played that. And so basically the base MK11 is what I played, the story, and then after that I've gone any further.
Yeah, no, you got to see the rest of it because it gets real trippy. Because then you're like, what the fuck? But it's really cool because, like, you know how Liu Kang was basically like the chosen one of all the other realms to Raiden. Raiden was like, you're the one that's gonna definitely do the
Raiden gave him
now
sacrifice.
Now Liu Kang, it's switched. Now Liu Kang is Raiden, and he's telling Raiden that you're the one that's definitely going to like bring us back to where we need to be.
Right.
Like you're the chosen one type kid.
Kind of like just warping.
Yeah, it's really cool though, and I kind of like the way they're going with it. But man, some of these characters are like, that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
They killed Ferritor, which is sad, but I can't wait. Mortal Kombats are always, they hold a place in my heart forever, and so we're definitely gonna get some videos out
For sure.
But on that note, I do gotta get you out of here. I gotta let you guys go. Thank you guys for tuning in. For whoever did come and jump in, I know again it's a day late, or a day early, but we will be doing another one tomorrow with my brother Noah. So we will be on schedule for regular, but I couldn't miss out on this chance. So thank you for everybody that showed up. As always, be yourself and always be on the right path. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe so we can hear your comments and see you in the next one. Peace, y'all.
See ya.